Hey everybody, this is Arathas, and welcome back to Zero Escape 999. So, we're going to go ahead and kickstart the final path so we can get the true ending. So, here we go. Alright. We've seen all this. We just need to set up the skip functionality. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That really hurt.
Stop changing it to adventure mode without my input. Thank you. All right. Had to double check something, but here we go. All right, well, we know how to get out of here, so. We just got to let Junpei go through his tutorial. And now we about to die. let's get all the stuff we need. Yep. All right, we shall start here. Give me that. Give me that. I want to click on the sink though. It's under the pillow, right? No. Oh, we need this. That's right. Give me the key. Excellent, excellent.
Probably hold on to. Oh, what's? I look like a zombie. I left work.
All right. It was past midnight when he came home. Yep. All stuff we know. I got that. Okay, I need this. Open. Thank you. Open. Give me the key. Thank you. Combine you with you. There's our code. However, since we have done this multiple times, I just wrote down the codes. Because, yeah, we've done this a few times now. Mm-hmm. Sure. Come on, open up. Excellent. Now, the blue one. I love how he always tries to open it, like, even after he already knows the process. Like, dude, it wasn't unlocked with the red one. Why would the blue one be? Alright. The file about the digital route. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. A notebook, a pen, a calculator, and a stack of key cards. Coincidental, isn't it? We good? I want to say there was something under one of these pillows. Maybe it was the other bed. Ah, there is, yeah. There it is. Even though we didn't need that because we had the code written down from last time. There we go. Swipe some cards. It's not working. Why? Damn it. Ah. Still have the cards I haven't used. Yes. We have many cards. Yes, digital route. So now we go through the puzzle. Come on. Let me out. So we need the 5. There we go. Open. Open now.
Whoa!
You know, I'm not too sure I'm a big fan of games at this point that make me play through multiple times to get the actual ending. I mean, I'm glad it has a skip function. I like the puzzles and all, but I don't know. I'm on the fence. Okay, guys, do your thing. Give each other weird, well, give yourselves weird ass nicknames. Let's go. The suspicious one. Actually, everybody on this boat's suspicious, including me. That is some weird static. There we go. Guess it was only for Zero's little announcement, but still. Next phase. Apparently this time around we need to go through a door we've never gone through before, which is door 4. I actually think we're going through multiple doors. I think every door this playthrough is a door we've never tried before. Yep, you found all the keyholes, which we don't get for a little while now. Yeah. We've never gone through door 4. We always went through door 5 where the body is. And there's a lot more exposition here than I remember. Not surprising, considering it's setting the stage for the rest of the game, but still. There he goes. It's a bad idea, dude. Just gonna say. It's a real bad idea. And boom. You're not that late. We're still going through the prologue. All I've done is the initial puzzle in our room where we're drowning. You haven't really missed much. And you certainly haven't missed anything new, Helios. Also, welcome. This playthrough is going to be a bit longer than our previous ones, just because I was looking at it. The doors we have to go through to get the third ending, or the true ending, are all doors we've never been through. So it's all going to be stuff we are not going to be able to skip because we've never seen it before. We've never done this option. Yo, Santa, June, come here.
Santa and June, you think you could give me a hand here?
Also, hey, X3105, how's it going? Welcome. The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was grim. Both Santa and June lifted their left hand silently. I agree. He verified and she's followed suit.
Is 14. The digital route,
Yeah, we
should do it.
We get it,
now
dude.
we just need to pull the lever on the side.
Dude, we know that part.
You guys ready? I'm gonna open it.
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I've just been checking back and forth with Steam to see if if Inquisitor Martyr Prophecy launched like it was supposed to today, and I'm a little concerned because, yeah, all of a sudden it changed from basically releases in under an hour to coming soon. So I don't know if it's going to get delayed again or what, but we shall see. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. Seems a little unnecessary to space it out like that, but okay. That was my original plan, X3105. I was gonna play it. I was gonna play this for like 2 hours, and then I was gonna play 2 hours of Inquisitor Martyr, Prophecy, because I want to play as the new Tech Adept Inquisitor character. But it doesn't look like it's launched yet, and there's been no word from the devs as if it was delayed or anything. I am very concerned. Yes, Helios. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth. I mean, the main reason I'm concerned is I don't know if you were following it, but when it was first the first time they were going to release the game and Inquisitor 2.0, they waited until the last minute. We're talking within a minute of the game's release date. They announced a 2-month delay. So I have no idea when it's coming out now.
Oh my god.
Good God.
Dude, you heard an explosion. What do you expect? Lotus and Ace shuddered. Seven grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad.
Even Santa's voice shook.
He blew up.
What's up, guys? Let's see. Well, I mean, it's what he does, man. He shoots bolters at people. All right. I just had to check something. Oh, no, I was checking it, and I keep forgetting that when I check a different, window, like I was just checking on Inquisitor Martyr again real quick. This thing like mutes all the volume and freezes the game when I do that. It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. So I'll just give you guys a heads up before I check, or I'll just check on my phone so it doesn't mess with the audio. The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Okay, this is all repeat again. That everyone who verified had to go. All right, so we're going to be going through door 4, which we've never done, door 7, which we've never done, and door 1 that we've never done. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting playthrough. I don't think it is Helios. I really do think you need to scream that you're a loyalist as you come through, otherwise it doesn't work. Don't you point at me. Let's go. Yeah, decided that door 4 would be fine. We've never gone through this door.
I'll go through door 4 with Lotus, Santa, and June. There's nothing to worry about. I just need to stay by her side.
But you gotta say, I really liked my Alpha Legion. June, Akane Kurishiki.
This should be fine. It's no problem this way. I should see the other 4 off.
He made no show of affection, but Junpei saw her as something more than just a friend from his childhood.
Looks like Ace and the others are going.
Dude, that's more likely to get bolter fire directed your way, bringing Ultramarines and their chanting. He watched the other 4 walk toward their door. Ace, Snake, Clover, and Seven. Junpei said nothing as they left. Before long, they had reached door 5. They talked to one another for a few seconds, saying things Junpei couldn't hear, and then laid their hands one by one on the scanner panel of the red.
Now then.
Ace grabbed the lever. His face tight with determination, he turned over his shoulder to look at Junpei and his companions.
Goodbye.
Yeah, get the fuck up out here,
Careful.
dude. Let's see. If we're going with... That is true. Anything's better than that, Helios. As Ace pulled the lever, the door swung open, the mouth of a great hungry beast. Let's see. My favorite chapter. I'll have to divide this up. My favorite original chapter. Like if we go with the originals, I'm gonna go with God, Dark Angels or Blood Angels, with more focus on the Blood Angels for me. If we're going with the original Legions, Blood Angels for me. Although the Dark Angels are pretty badass. It's a very close second for me for Dark Angels out of the original Legions. If we're going with... Now, if we're going with more like successor Legions or successor chapters, I'm actually torn. It used to be without question Black Templars. However, in recent, like in the last year and a half or so, there is a second, they got competition now. And that's the Carcharodons. I love those dudes. So for the original Legions, Blood Angels and Dark Angels, and there are times that they flip back and forth. Like sometimes I prefer the Dark Angels, sometimes I prefer the Blood Angels. The Carcharodons are the sharks, and they are psychotic. Love that. Well, not psychotic, but they are fucking sinister as hell. But they're loyal. So yeah, when it comes to the original Legions, Blood Angels and Dark Angels are really, like, it depends on my mood. They jump back and forth. And like I said, successor, it always used to be Black Templars until I discovered the Carcharodons, and now it's, those guys are tied. All right.
So horrible.
Get through the door. You guys know what the blood, you know the blood's over there. Beyond the door, Junpei knew lay the sad remains of the 9th man. It did not surprise him that Ace, Clover, and Seven hesitated. The body was not a pleasant thing.
What are you doing? We need to hurry.
Yeah, get through the fucking door. Snake had no such problems as his blindness made him immune to the horror. He stepped through the door, his feet making a wet splack in the pool of blood.
Snake, your shoes.
It's fine. Hurry!
I mean, I agree. Just get through the door.
Or are you planning on dying with everyone else? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
Sorry, Snake.
Wow,
Let's
he's
go.
a dick. Let's go. Yep. The 3 remaining steeled themselves to step through the door. Let's see what that is. Can't be branded traitor if your battle cry is for the Emperor. Nice. I mean, he's got a bit of a point. Junpei and his companion scramble to the door.
Hey! How is it over there? Did you find anything? Please say something, will you?
Something's beeping.
It's just like before.
Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet.
Do you think they're okay?
I mean, they better be. Excuse me. June's face showed her concern more plainly than her words ever could. Almost as though in response to her question, a voice rang out from the other side of the door. It was Seven.
There it is! That's gotta be that dead thing! Come on, get over here! We gotta authenticate!
Get to it.
The beeping stopped.
The sighs of relief were audible even through the heavy door.
Phew. Looks like it stopped.
Junpei and his companions leaned away from the door and breathed a collective sigh of relief on their own.
Hey, guys! Are you doing all right over there?
They'd heard Seven's voice, but it wouldn't hurt to be sure.
Yep, we're fine.
Despite the recent danger, Clover's voice was as bubbly as ever.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you about this whole dead thing, okay? The dead is just like the red, but the color's different. You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just like the red.
Thanks, Clover.
Authenticating is the same too.
Cool.
Awesome! Thanks. That helps a lot.
Does it really?
Well, we should probably move on now. You be careful out there.
Roger that.
Well, I already know not to trust your psychotic ass, Ace, but okay. Junpei and the others left door 5 and headed toward door 4.
Now it's our turn.
You know, I think the only issue I've always had with... Let me check out that Custodes meme. We're sorry, but you threw off the Emperor's groove. Very cool. I like that one. I think my biggest issue I've always had with the Custodes, they are badass. I like the Custodes.
I'll go first.
But my biggest issue is the models for the tabletop. For the hero units specifically are gaudy as shit, like insanely gaudy. Not all of them, but like the commanders of them, it's like, oh my god, dude, does he really need all that? Four asterisks appeared on the screen. I think that's one of the reasons I like the Carcharodons as much as the reason I like the Carcharodons as much as I do is I love the fact that they have, like, kind of like the Black Templars, they have never stopped fighting to the point where the Carcharodons, like, their armor is a mishmash of different generations of armor. They've been patched. They're like, their armor is like ragged as hell. Like, they take care of it and they repair it, but it's not uncommon to see different chunks of armor from different patterns of armor. Stuff that isn't even meant to be on the armor that they just bolted in place to cover a hole. I kind of like that. Like, it's like, we've been fighting so long, we don't really have the luxury of spare equipment and pristine equipment. I think my only issue with the Custodes lore, and I love that they address it, by the way. And I also love that they did it in like the YouTube series, you know, the whole text to speech thing. That the Custodes of, like, a lot of people, like the Custodes have just been sitting on their ass for 10,000 years. For the most part. And they're like, hey, we could have used you out in the galaxy. What the fuck you guys doing? For the most part.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
None of them looked particularly optimistic, but their faces were set. Junpei nodded to them and then turned back toward the red.
All right, let's go.
With strength and determination, he pulled the lever. But other than that, like, I love the Custodes, like, lore about their training. I like how badass they are. The Custodes are great. It's just like the lore where they kind of didn't choose to help the rest of the Imperium. Kind of bugged me. The moment they had passed through it, each heard a cold electronic sound coming from their left wrist.
Oh, damn.
In the center of each bracelet, a red skull appeared and began to flash.
It's counting down.
What's this one? Nice. The detonator's countdown had begun. In the long moment that each of them spent staring at their wrists, the door closed. The sound of metal on metal reverberating down the hallway.
We can't go back!
I mean, we
need
knew
to hurry
this.
and find the device.
Hey, where the hell is the dead?
How would I know?
Don't give me that crap. Start looking.
I already am.
Yeah, get to it. They began to run, eyes looking frantically for the device that was the key to their salvation. The hallway they found themselves running down was a long one, easily 300 feet in length. On the right side of it stood a series of wooden doors, all nearly identical. If they had taken time to think, they likely would have discerned that the doors lead to cabins.
Don't tell me the dead is in one of those rooms.
Oh no! How many rooms do you think there are?
Junpei was too frightened to count properly, but at his best guess, there were 7 or 8 of them.
Ah, fuck! We don't have time to count.
Junpei ran to the nearest door.
We just need to open them all.
He grabbed the knob and shook it hard.
It won't open.
It didn't feel locked, more like someone had hammered an iron plate over the other side of the door. Junpei turned around to find another door and saw that his companions had already run to doors of their own. They did not seem to be having any more success than he had. Their own words confirmed his fears.
Shit, this one's no good.
Same here. It's not moving!
June was the last to speak up.
Oh.
As Junpei looked in her direction, his eye caught something he hadn't noticed before. A small red blinking
There
light.
it is! At the end of the hallway. Run!
Even as he yelled, he ran. He grabbed Santa, Lotus, and June and pulled them toward the light. Santa called out to them as he ran.
Hey, how many more seconds do we have?
How would I know? Our time limit is 81 seconds!
I know that, goddammit!
Uh-huh.
Asking you how many seconds we have left!
Why the fuck weren't you counting? In all likelihood, Junpei figured nearly a minute had already passed since the door had closed behind them. If that was true, urgency foremost in all their minds, they arrived at the end of the hallway. The dead sat on the left wall, blinking almost tauntingly at them.
Hurry! It's the dead! Get over here!
Junpei grabbed hold of the machine, his hands slick with sweat and shaking. He slammed his hand against the scanner
Come
panel.
on, everyone!
The other 3 quickly followed suit. With a grunt, Santa yanked the lever downward. So I got a question for you guys, since we do have some Custodes fans in chat right now. Did they ever, I think I may have asked this before, but I don't remember. Did they ever retcon the thing that Custodes, like even if you took away their armor and their superior weapons and gave them comparable armor to the other Space Marines, they were still superior? Like they were bigger, they were stronger, they were faster, all that shit? Or is that still the case? Because, yeah, I know the whole thing was like, you know, nobody knows their Primarchs. Kind of like the Grey Knights thing. Nobody knows the Primarch. There are theories that it was the Emperor's gene, see that kind of stuff. But they were far and away better Space Marines than other Space Marines. Like, kind of like the Grey Knights compared to normal Space Marines. Which also leads me to the question, if they haven't retconned that, because I haven't looked, how do they compare to the Primaris? Because the Primaris are supposed to be super Space Marines. So are they on par with Primaris or still better than Primaris? Again, minus the weapons and better augments and training and all that. Just like in terms of just sheer raw power. Well, from what I understand, that's still just a theory. Like, it was never confirmed, as far as I could tell, that the Custodes were actually, you know, were from the Emperor's own gene seed. It was all a theory they never revealed. Again, my information is out of date, though, so maybe they did confirm it at some point.
Looks like it stopped.
Look at the memes. Okay, I'll look at the memes. Nice. His hands beginning to steady, Junpei wiped away some of the sweat that had beaded on his forehead. So the Custodes would still be above the Primaris? Yeah. Glad to hear that, because, yeah. As they caught their breath, the four companions began to look around.
There's another door at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, I mean, by far, both of those groups, the Grey Knights and the Custodes, their training is far, far more strenuous and in-depth than the other Marines. So, yeah. He could see a heavy-looking set of double doors. Set into the walls on the hallway on either side of the larger door were two smaller ones.
Let's try this one first. And of course it won't open.
How many times did he come across similar doors with similar results, he wondered. Or perhaps he corrected himself more a lack of results. Whatever the reason, the door remained firm and unyielding and refused to allow Junpei or anyone else passage.
A keyhole.
Mm-hmm. Above the keyhole was a small symbol engraved in the brass.
What's this mark? Mail?
He wasn't quite sure what to make of it and stared at it for a moment in confusion. It was June that corrected him.
No, not exactly. That's probably the symbol of Mars.
Yup. X3105. Yeah, I remember that scene. That was also the scene where Malkador proved he didn't fucking need them. It was nice that he had the Custodes there, but he really didn't need them. Malkador was fucking badass.
Well, technically, they are the same symbol. But I saw a number of similar symbols near the main stairway.
Yeah, she mentioned it when we were out there.
The symbols of the solar system.
Oh, that's right. The Sun, Saturn, and Earth.
At least that's what I'm assuming.
So this isn't the man symbol. It's a symbol for Mars?
I think so, yes.
Like, wasn't that the meeting where Malkador basically froze Horus in place and was basically saying, if you don't shut the fuck up, I will destroy you utterly right now?
I see. Wait, where's Santa?
Wandered off, I imagine. While Junpei and June talked, Santa had disappeared. I believe the term he used when he was talking to Horus was basically choking Horus with his powers and basically said, you know, I can unmake you, or if you, keep this shit up. They turned to find him some distance down the hallway. He had gone to check the other doors. Eventually, he reached the last of them and jogged back. It took him only a moment to catch his breath again.
Yeah, so I looked the place over. Here's the deal. None of the other doors open.
Then that must mean...
The double
We
doors.
only have 2 more doors.
Lotus examined the doors on either side of the larger double door. That's right, Helios. That was the line. Which, that scene basically right there, it's like everybody knew Malkador was powerful. But when he did that, it was like, holy shit, okay. You're stronger than I thought, okay. Each one had a metal plate attached to it.
Maybe it's the room number.
The door on the left has a B92, and the one on the right says B93. All right, let's open them. I'll open B92.
Okay, I'll get B93 then.
Junpei put his hand on the doorknob, and Santa moved to the other door. They'd made it through the number door alive. There was nothing more to be afraid of. Well, Junpei and Santa looked at each other and nodded.
1, 2, 3!
In unison, they pushed against their respective doors and promptly found themselves in a new room. June followed Junpei as he threw open his door. They turned around and saw that the door on the other side was open as well. Yeah, I think that was the deal. Like, Magnus was, like, obviously the Emperor was more powerful than Malkador. I think Magnus, raw power-wise and everything, was more powerful because he was the original one that was intended to go into the throne, if I remember correctly. I think Malkador had more experience, though, so he was more... Both he and Magnus could use warp powers, obviously, but Malkador was better at using them, but Magnus had more raw power, I think. I'd have to go back and double check that, though, but that was my impression. They turned around and saw the door on the other side was open as well. Through the door was another person, his mouth agape. It was Santa.
Hey, it opened.
That was,
Yeah.
we hoped it would.
Did.
Junpei and Santa looked at each other.
I didn't expect that.
It was so easy.
Lotus's calm voice broke into their thoughts.
Maybe this is all part of Zero's plan. I can't say I enjoy being treated like someone's puppet.
As she headed for room 93, Lotus continued.
Well, now we have these 2 rooms. I'm sure there's something in there that will help us get out of here. Let's find it. Santa and I will search this room. You 2 take the other one.
All right, see you in a bit, Helios. Enjoy your meal.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, this is a completely new room. Which it should be. We haven't been here before, but yeah, let's check it out. All right. As always, click on everything. That vase looks expensive. I wonder how much we could get for it. Damn, you want to start pawning shit, lady? You gonna steal it? Heh. I think she was thinking about it. It's kind of a weird looking picture. Do you think it's an abstract painting or something? It looks kind of like a demon with an elephant-like nose, sucking on a human being's brain. What the hell, lady? I mean, I knew you were fucking crazy, but Jesus. Where the hell did that come from? What's her brain made of? Can't say I'd mind finding out a little bit more what goes on in there. I would. Sort of weird black and white design. Looks like there's a room on the right side of the picture. Okay. Can I? Okay, I can't take it. The shower. Just a shower head, nothing special. That's the shower knob. Let's see if anything happens when we turn it. Nope. There's a little blue platform protruding from the shower wall next to the knobs. It's for putting soap on. I used a shower once, so I know. Just once, huh? That's the bathroom wall. There are square tiles all over. I mean, I'm aware. Let's check the toilet. There's nothing there. Tank's empty too. There isn't even any water in it. A collection of full and partially depleted rolls of toilet paper. Someone was well prepared. Thank you for the running commentary, June. There's nothing too suspicious about it. Yeah, why don't we go back to the living room? Okay, let's go back. So there didn't seem to be anything we could really fuck around with in there quite yet. I will take some matches, thank you. It's a box of matches. There are matches inside, obviously. Junpei looked down blankly at what he was holding, then up at June.
Yeah, how's your fever? You feeling better now?
That was random.
I'm fine.
June certainly looked fine.
Let me see your forehead.
Junpei held his hand on her forehead for a few seconds. Damn, lady, I'm just touching your forehead. Chill the hell out.
Guess it really has gone down.
Are you worried about me?
Well, I just don't want to have to carry your ass through the ship, so kinda. I mean, yeah, I am worried. Again, I don't want to carry your ass through the bloody ship.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Also, I still think you might be a serial killer, so I don't want you to shank me. June blushed and giggled.
By the way, Jumpy,
Yes?
how did you end up here?
What do you mean? I told you earlier, didn't I?
There was a man with a gas mask when you got home at night.
Yup.
You inhaled some white smoke and passed out.
Uh-huh.
When you woke up, you were on D-Deck.
That sounds about right, yes.
Damn straight.
But is that really the truth?
What?
What?
Jumpy, are you hiding something from me?
No, why would I?
This is weird. What the hell? You creeping me out, lady.
Well, if you think about it, this is awfully suspicious. I mean, why would two childhood friends bump into each other in a place like this?
Hey, I could ask you the same thing. Are you hiding something?
What would I hide?
What would I hide, lady?
Well, I don't know. Anything. I mean, you're hiding it. How would I know?
You mean like the number of men I've dated?
Oh, Jesus. Junpei's heart stumbled over itself.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, to a bit. He was a little
Don't
curious.
worry.
She smiled at him.
Only 18. Times 0.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
I guess I just haven't met Mr. Right yet.
Well, you still creep me out, so you still haven't met Mr. Right. June looked a little embarrassed as scratched the back of her head in a desperate attempt to seem nonchalant.
I see.
Junpei coughed quietly in much the same way.
Anyway, I'm not hiding anything.
Well, I'm not either.
Just like you, Jumpy. When I woke up, I was on D deck.
Well, you do have a point. I mean, why did Zero pick us? We haven't seen each other since elementary school.
I wonder.
So at this point, they don't know that, like, Clover and Snake are siblings or, yeah.
Look for what connects the victims. That will lead you to the culprit. Do you remember Seven saying something like that?
Kinda not really.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I do. So?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this must all have something to do with a classmate of ours.
A classmate, huh?
You got any ideas who it might be?
No, nothing.
Oh,
Well, if it had something to do with school, then it could be one of our teachers, or maybe the principal?
I think you're reaching,
or
but
the
okay.
janitor, or the lunch lady.
No, I can barely remember any of them.
Yeah.
I know.
Can we get back to the puzzle, though? Junpei went back to searching, feeling unpleasant and confused. Elementary school. Elementary school. Was there anything strange that happened in elementary school? As he searched the room, he continued to rack his brain. But there's nothing being displayed. How sad. Looks like the drawers are empty, too. Jumpy, what are you doing? You don't have the time to be relaxing on a sofa. All right, well, nothing there. Through the door. The fuck is that? It's a bottle with water in it. Well, yes, this is a bedroom. They probably have it here because your throat always feels dry when you wake up, you know? My throat's dry, but I think that's because I'm a little nervous right now. Well, we did run a lot, so we're kind of sweaty. Hey, Jumpy, did you want to take a shower together? God damn, she's more aggressive this time around. Whoa. Just kidding. Too late to take it back. My brain's already working out the picture. My throat was dry already. This sure isn't helping. This isn't a painting. Is it a map? Looks like a map of the ship's interior. Oh, this is a great find, even though we never actually used the damn thing. I think it'll be really useful. Let's take it with us. Folded it up and slid it in his pocket. June looked up as he closed it.
This ship is bigger than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably about 900 feet long.
Must be one of those fancy cruise ships.
Of course, it doesn't really look like a cruise ship.
It doesn't. It kind of does in here.
Everything in here is really retro. Huh. Even if it's just some sort of style choice, there's just too much.
It's an old cruise ship.
Do you remember what Zero said?
Crash into iceberg.
Do you think maybe this boat and the Titanic have something to do with each other?
Sister ships, apparently.
That's a good point. I doubt he would have mentioned it if there wasn't a reason.
Junpei took a moment to look around the room.
Do you think this boat is
A replica?
a replica of the Titanic?
A replica?
Yeah, you know, like a copy of the actual boat.
Who on earth would make something like that?
Fans. Crazy Titanic fans.
No way. Do you even know how much money that would take?
No idea. But all they've got to do is break even, you know?
Break even?
Yeah, they could use it as a cruise ship. Climb aboard a piece of history, sail around the world in the resurrected Titanic.
I mean, yeah.
Hell, with marketing like that, they'd probably have more customers than they know what to do with.
Do you really think people would want to ride on a ship with such an ominous past?
Yes.
It's the site of the worst accident in history.
Well,
Over 1,500 people died. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd get cursed just for going.
that would make more people want to go.
A curse, huh?
Well, not more people, but there'd be plenty of people still.
Jumpy, do you believe in that sort of thing? You know, curses and stuff?
Not really.
Sorry, but I can't really say I believe in that kind of stuff.
Tact was not one of Junpei's many better qualities.
What about you? No, I guess that's kind of a dumb question.
Yes, I do believe in curses. In fact, I think it was a curse that sunk the Titanic.
What?
A curse sank the Titanic. The curse of the Egyptian mummy.
Oh, Lord. Junpei couldn't understand how June had maintained a straight face to say that.
Supposedly, the Titanic carried the mummy of the priestess Amun-Ra, which was stolen from a pyramid. And they say that the mummy had a history.
You're fucking with me, aren't you, June?
Everyone involved with it died mysterious deaths. Come on, I'm sure you've heard of it before. Those who open the coffin will be forever cursed. Haven't you ever heard that one?
I like that she did the voice.
So you're saying the Titanic sunk because of that curse?
That's right!
June's eyes had lit up with excitement, like a child with a new toy.
That's stupid. I don't buy it.
It's true!
How can you be so sure?
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. It was really mysterious, totally unbelievable.
What is so unbelievable about it?
Well, supposedly, she was really pretty.
Pretty?
Yes?
But she was a mummy.
That's right. She wasn't all shriveled up or rotten or anything. She almost looked alive.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, it's that thing. I don't remember the name. Where your body turns into some kind of wax? Yeah? The fat in it turns into something kind of like candle wax, right? And...
Yes, saponification. But that's not what it was.
Huh?
That's not it. She wasn't wax.
Then what was it?
They say that she was frozen.
What? Frozen?
That's right.
Please be fucking with me, June.
The whole body was frozen solid. You know how a human body is more than 60% water? Well, all of that water was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic, even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I think so too, but maybe it's true and we just didn't know about it before.
I didn't know?
Yep. Maybe it's common sense to eat shaved ice in the desert because it lasts forever.
I kind of doubt it. Okay, but sure.
Huh? Nah, that seems too silly to be true.
I agree.
But maybe it isn't. It just appears that way because you didn't know it was true.
Welcome back, Helios.
Well, yeah,
June and Junpei talked a little more and then went back to their investigation. But even as they did, his mind went back to what she told him.
Ice that doesn't melt, even in the desert? Does something like that really exist? No, even if it did, it wouldn't really be ice anymore, would it?
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. Like he'd eaten his ice cream too fast. The bottled water, I doubt it'll be that useful. Wooden cupboard. There are cups inside, surprising no one. It's a light blue blanket with some designs on it. Someone's made the bed, or at least never unmade it. There's only bed sheets under the blanket, nothing exciting. Look, there's two pillows right next to each other. Guess it's a double. Yeah. Huh? What's up? You're turning red. Oh man, is your fever back? Hey, are you all right? You need to lay down for a minute? I'm fine. I think it's still a little early for that. What? Hey, seriously, are you all right? Based on some of the descriptions in like the Horus Heresy novels, I think you would need, I'd say you'd probably need at least 5 or 10 per Primarch. And again, it depends on the Primarch. Like some of those better fighters in the Primarchs would probably be a lot harder to deal with. Like, for example, the lion and Russ would probably take more. And probably Magnus, considering, you know, you'd probably lose a lot of custodies trying to get close to his ass with that kind of, with his psyker power. So, yeah. So, believing some of the stuff they tell, and remember, I don't actually do too much with the tabletop anymore, but based on the power of, like, they imply in the novels, I'd say probably closer to like 10. Yeah. And even then, it'd probably be iffy. All right. The chair that goes with the dresser. There's nothing interesting about it. Oh, well, I'll take a key. Dresser key. You think it's key to the dresser? I mean, yeah, okay. It's a dresser. There's nothing on top. Okay, I got it. Wooden cupboard. There's nothing useful here. Yeah, I think this is all we can really do in this room. So let me out. Because you got to find him first. That is a very good point. Jumpy, where are you going? I was thinking of going over to Lotus's room. Why? What do you mean why? I'm just gonna go check up on them. Is there something wrong with that? Well, no. Come back soon. Sure thing, Psycho. I'll leave the rest to you. Sure. Leave it to me. All right, off to the other room. Oh, that easy, huh? Looks like a valuable vase. Empty, though. Tile with black and white pattern on it. Can I have it? There's a square tile in this frame. It's glued in there quite well. I don't think you can take it out. Well, that sucks. Let me in. Whoa, look, Junpei, there's a mushroom growing out of the wall. That's a shower head, dumbass. That's a shower knob. I tried turning it, but nothing comes out. Soap shelf. This is the bathroom wall. The whole wall is covered in these square tiles. Is there anything in the toilet? Guess not. Tank's empty too. Some toilet paper. We've got 2 rolls, I guess. This is the first time we've been in one of these rooms where it seems like there was no purpose to said room. Round wooden table. Wow, this is very nice wood. So big deal. There's something on top of it. A candle with a candlestick. This might come in handy. It's a candle, Junpei. It's on an iron candlestick. That's a pretty big candle. If we light it, we'll probably get really bright. And I have matches. Hey, check this out. There's a pretty nice sofa. I know. It's a shame I can't take it back with me. What's with these people wanting to rob the damn ship? Fair enough about Angron, yeah. Oh, this is a display case. Check it out. These plates and shit look really expensive. You want to take a look? I have a key. Damn, guess it's the wrong key. Well, that means there's got to be another one around here somewhere. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to open this thing. Another tile. I think I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, I know. Kind of looks like the one we saw in the other room. Expensive shit. A couple of pieces of art in here. Well, one thing I want to do real quick. I know, if I use these matches to light the candle. All right. Awesome, with the light from the candle, maybe we can take a look back over there. But it gets so hot when I hold it. I want to put it down. Well, why don't you set it on top of the dresser, dumbass? It's flat there, at least it won't fall over. Oh yeah, good idea. Hey, it got pretty bright. Now we can look around a little. The dresser drawer, it's locked. Conveniently, it worked. Open up. Give me that tile. It's a strange design. Is it ceramic? Doesn't look like there are any puzzles in it. All right. Hey, Junpei, it's a cupboard. There's a freaking cupboard in here. Are you all right? Oh, don't give me that. Come on, a cupboard in a bedroom can only mean there's a safe in here. Really? Damn, there's nothing in here. Got me all worked up for nothing. Bottle full of water. I don't think we need anything. A curtain. Curtain, huh? Well, it's got all these metal rings, probably, so you could hang it from something, you know? Yes, but it doesn't look like a normal curtain. It's a shower curtain. The way it feels, I think it's probably waterproof, which would make this a shower curtain. Shower curtain, huh? I obviously have no idea what they want us to do with that, but okay. Nothing under the blanket, nothing under the pillow. Okay. Huh? Hey, what the hell? It just got dark all of a sudden. Maybe the candle got blown out. We should go see. There's something here now, right? Where the candle was. There's a candlestick covered in melted wax on top of the dresser. Hey, what's this? Top of the candlestick looks kind of weird. Is it a key? You're right, it's all bumpy. It's a key. I agree with you on that, Helios. The legions were better before their Primarchs were introduced. Let's see if the candlestick key will do anything. All right, pull that shit open. You guys just want to rob this place. Hey, don't you think the pattern on that tile looks like something? Yeah, I think I saw it somewhere. Yeah, I took the plate.
Hey, Junpei, you got a minute?
Sure. I mean, there's no reason not to, Helios. It's a useful word. I use it quite a bit as well. Santa had shown up out of nowhere and gave Junpei no small start.
Here, take this.
Santa pulled something out of his pocket.
A bookmark.
It looked like a bookmark. Had a 4-leaf clover on it.
What is this for? Do you want me to read a book?
I found it in between some of the cushions on the sofa.
Ah.
Pretty sure it ain't gonna be any help to us, but I figured we might as well hang on to it anyway.
Dude, I'm not the pack mule.
Then why don't you hold on to it?
Santa gave him a wry smile.
You know what I hate most in the world? I got 4 things. Hope, faith, love, and luck.
Hope, faith, love, and luck?
Damn straight.
And you hate these things?
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Not really, but...
Junpei tried to figure out how best to phrase what he wanted to say.
What does a bookmark have to do with any of that?
Santa scratched the back of his ear and looked awkward.
Well, see, each leaf on the 4-leaf clover has a meaning to it, okay? And that meaning is pretty much those 4 words. It's like a flower language. Well, I guess it's not a flower, is it? So, leaf language, I guess? Yeah, you could call them leaf words.
Leaf words.
Junpei looked at the bookmark.
Hope, faith, love, and luck. The meaning of the leaves on a 4-leaf clover.
So, yeah, I want you to take it, okay?
Ah, fair enough. Helios. So yeah, I want to take it out.
Just touching it gives me the creeps. Take the damn thing, all right?
Santa pretended to shiver with disgust and shoved the bookmark into Junpei's confused hands. What do you want to do? I'll take it. Decided to take it. After all, why shouldn't he?
All right, sure. I'll take it.
He shoved the thing into his pocket and gave Santa a last confused look.
Oh, man, I feel a lot better now.
Frankly, Helios, a lot of the Primarchs were pretty shitty commanders.
That thing was a real pain, you know?
But yeah, Mortarion specifically was a pretty bad one.
Do you really hate those 4 words that much?
Yeah, well, they can all betray you, you know? Hope, faith, love, even your destiny.
What had happened to Santa, Junpei wondered. How had he become such a bitter person? For a moment, they looked at each other.
That's not my only reason.
What?
That's not the only reason I hate the 4-leaf clover. I just can't bring myself to like the number 4.
What, worried about the 4 horsemen?
Nah, come on, man. That's just silly. Maybe back in the Dark Ages, that kind of crap scared people.
Was number 4 his sister's number when she was kidnapped and then died?
But this is the 21st century, and I'm a 21st century guy. I'm a little insulted.
Then why do you hate 4 so much?
'Cause it's a half-ass number. Not the best or the worst. That's why.
Hell?
What?
9 is a way better number. So what if it's last place, right? At least it's not some lame-ass middle number.
What are you...
Santa's explanation made no sense. Junpei was even more confused than before.
Play?
Play?
You mean like gambling?
You mean like gambling?
Yeah, of course. What else would I mean? In Baccarat, the best possible hand totals 9. They call it Le Grand. But the lowest, most worthless cards, the zeros, they call Monkey.
Just like the guy in charge of this game, huh? Zero's a monkey.
Santa blinked, utterly stunned. Then he began to laugh.
Oh man, you're totally right. The guy who trapped us in here sure is one hell of a monkey.
Okay, dude. That was when Lotus spoke up.
You know, if you think about it, the nonary game is really a lot like Baccarat.
Apparently, she'd been
And
listening.
of course, it doesn't use any of that stupid digital root junk. You just drop the tens digit, and that's it. Still, it does have the same idea of your final number needing to be a single digit.
Oh, yeah, I guess you got a point.
And in both games, whoever has 9 wins.
The person who makes 9 wins?
Wait, did you forget already? Don't you remember what Zero said?
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Yep.
So, if we want to get off this boat,
I'm the number 9 door.
we have to make a team whose numbers have the digital root of 9.
And only the people in that team are going to make it out alive.
Of course. That's why it's called the nonary game.
What?
Huh?
You don't know? Nonary means something derived from 9, or base 9. It's derived from the Latin prefix nona, which means 9. While we're at it, the prefix for 1 is uni. You know, like the unicorn, the horse with 1 horn. 2 is bi, like binary. Binary means composed of 2 parts. 3 is tri. I'm sure you've heard that one plenty. Like trio, triple, and triangle. You get the idea.
Yep.
After that, you have quart, quinty, sext, septum, and so on. And of course, the prefix for 8 is octo, like octopus. It's called that because it has 8 legs.
I see. So then Nona means 9.
Lotus nodded.
So, how many of us are trapped on this ship?
That'd be 9.
Well,
And what are the bracelet numbers we have?
They go from 1 to 9.
And our time limit? How many hours did we have?
Zero said 9 hours.
And finally, to get out of this ship.
We need to find the door with a 9 that's hidden somewhere in the ship.
By making a team with the digital root of 9.
Lotus nodded
There
again.
you have it. The number 9 is everywhere in this game.
It's
got a real theme of 9s for this whole thing. No wonder it's called the nonary game.
Somewhere far away, Junpei heard the creak of stressed metal. It sounded almost like Zero laughing at them, or the sad, desperate scream of a pig headed to the slaughterhouse. God damn. That was an odd line, okay. So, we got a shower curtain. Maybe, I mean, I have no idea what the hell we'd actually use the shower curtain for. Like, other than hang it up in a shower. It's a wall covered in small square tiles. They've all got geometric shapes on them. Oh, that's how I can access it, right there. There's a curtain rod running along the ceiling. Let's put that shower curtain on those hooks. Well, there's something there. Let's try spreading curtains. Whoa, that's a pretty obvious peephole. Somebody's really dedicated. With a hole this big, you gotta wonder if maybe they wanted to be caught. So you're saying maybe the one getting spied on was into that shit? Maybe they were into like those home invasion fantasies. Home invasion? Interesting. I see. You two are real idiots, you know that? Yes, Lotus, they are. I interact with anything? Because it seems kind of weird. Oh, wait. Close it. Turn around. Oh, god damn it. Let's try spreading the curtains. It'll highlight something. There's a hole in the curtain. If I looked at it from a ways back, I can see a single tile. All right, from here I can see what tile it is. Looks like it's 5th from the top and 3rd from the right. 5th from the top, 3rd from the right. A white tile from 5th from the top and 3rd from the right. We closed it. Let's have a closer look. Nothing strange here. Nope, that thing's not budging. Well, then that means... Well, I can't really pry it out. I don't have the tools. Do you think it might be linking to something in the other bathroom? Also, can I put shit up here? Hey, Junpei, that tile you've got. I think maybe you're supposed to put it in one of these empty spaces. I mean, the pattern does look kind of the same, doesn't it? He's right. I think so too. But if that's the case, you're gonna need to collect all 3. Do you think we should collect all of them before you start putting them in? I agree. They'll just fall out otherwise. Let me go. There we go. What's up? Going back already? Well, I can't just leave June there by herself. Well, you really can. Huh. What do you think? You're her knight or her protector or something? You're creeping me out. I agree. Junpei and June are just creepy towards each other. Whatever, man. I'm going. Bathroom. In the bathroom in Lotus's room, I saw a particular tile when I looked through the hole in the curtain. Maybe if I look in the same place here. All right, now where was it? 5th from the top, 3 from the right. What are you mumbling about, Jumpy? Oh, sorry. Be quiet for a minute. I don't want to forget this. So, yes, 3rd from the right. Here it is. Yep, this one's loose. I think I can get under this with my nails, and yes. The Magni magic quote. Who'd have thought this would be hidden in the bathroom? So one side has a design like the rest of the bathroom tiles, and the other side has a black and white design. I've seen this pattern. Yes, you have. It's out here. I get it. Yes, yes. What are you mumbling? Did you figure something out? I did. Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. Why don't you just tell her? The exit. Lotus and Santa are in the room on the other side. I'm gonna go check up on them. There's a tile in the frame. I guess we're supposed to put tiles in the empty spaces. That is true. Magnus was pretty good for his Legion. Yeah, my whole point was, like I said, a lot of them were pretty fucking bad. Not all of them, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, I don't even remember the damn pattern, but okay. I think this was at the top. I actually need to go take a look at it. Damn it, Junpei, why are you screwing around? Is it really that hard? I just don't remember the pattern. I didn't want to go back into it. Junpei, maybe there's another picture we could use as a reference? Yeah, I know. I want to go back, but it keeps clicking there. If you missed her so much, you don't have to keep coming back in here. That's not what this is. I'm just being like a bridge between the two rooms. Just keep telling yourself that. Now get out of here and go help June. Aha. Okay. You need to go up that way, and then that way, and then that way, and There we go. Yes, I did it. There, picture complete. And there goes the frame. What's this? What do you mean, what's this? Pretty obvious, isn't it? It's a hole in the wall. Like a hidden safe or something, you know? I agree, Angron was the worst. I mean, he had reasons for being the worst, but he was the worst. Anyway, let's take a look. I think there's something inside. You see a warp spawn in that picture? Yeah. And I know a lot of people disagree with me on this because they keep bringing up, like, there was reasons for it. Well, the reasons were fucking dumb to me. One of the worst Primarchs to me when it comes to tactics and shit was fucking Dorn. If for no other reason than that fucking invading a fortress from, what was it, Perturabo? That was designed to kill a bunch of his troops. And the dumbass did it twice. The Mars key. Whoa, this is one of those Mars symbols. The door at the end of the hallway. It has the same symbol engraved on the keyhole. Yes, Helios. That, yeah. Then that's gotta mean, yes, we can use this key to get through that door. I know there are people who give lore reasons, but for me, their lore reasons are the same. Like, the lore behind that and why he decided that it was necessary was about as ridiculous to me as the whole magic pain glove concept. Junpei messed around a bit with the key he had and looked blankly at the picture that slid down.
What's the deal with this picture anyway?
Santa had only been mumbling to himself, but it drew Lotus's attention. She looked at the picture and paused.
I think I've seen this picture before.
Where?
In a book. There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. I saw this picture in his book.
What's this interesting theory?
Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Man, I can't deal with this. Just listening to you talk about it is giving me a headache.
Santa put his hands on his head as though he were in great pain. Lotus merely arched an eyebrow in his direction and continued.
It's not a difficult concept to grasp. In essence, he states that the shape of living organisms and their behavioral patterns.
No, I agree with you, Helios. Angron was worse. I'm just saying that to me, Dorn is one of the worst because of that. And yes, he did successfully reinforce and build up Terra, but building fortifications doesn't make him a great tactician.
Are transmitted through a field not visible to the eye.
What part of that isn't difficult, exactly?
Lotus did not look pleased.
All right, how about this? Theory of the telepathic mechanism.
Telepathy?
Yes, telepathy. Well, perhaps not exactly telepathy, but it's close enough for a simple approximation.
Santa suddenly burst into laughter.
Are you serious? Telepathy?
But yeah, to be fair though, like they've mentioned in like the Primarch novels and other areas, I mean, not all of the Primarchs were designed to be commanders and generals and fighters. I mean, look at what's his name, the current woken up one, Guilliman. He's actually not a great fighter. He's actually pretty bad at it compared to his brothers. And he's not a great commander. However, he's an amazing administrator, governor. Hell, he could be an emperor quite easily.
Who do you think we are? Kids from the 70s? I can't believe someone would actually do serious research on something like that.
Yes, I agree.
Lotus's response was surprisingly curt. Junpei had expected at least some conflict.
I read the book, but I can hardly say I understood it. I'm in no position to defend or condemn anything it said. It was probably just someone latching onto a statistical outlier from some study and turning it into a ridiculous theory. There's no scientific merit to any of it, I'm sure.
That is Conrad, I believe, Helios. There's no scientific merit to any of it, I'm sure.
But even so, Anyway, I saw a picture like that one in his book.
Lotus indicated the picture they'd all been looking at. After a moment, she walked up to the strange picture, examined it, and then spoke.
Hey, what do you think this picture looks like?
Yeah, exactly, Stahor. That's what I was saying is, yeah, even though there are some absolutely shitty commanders amongst the Primarchs, they weren't all designed to lead armies. Like, but yeah, with Dorn, yeah, I don't know. I just, like I said, it may not be Dorn's character. It may be that they have picked like bad writers for him. But Dorn, to me, when you look at a lot of his past, it's like, okay, he was really good at building fortifications, but my God, was he a dumbass when he led a, when he led a legion. Santa answered first.
What do you mean? Isn't it just like abstract or something like that? It's just black and white scribbles. There's no meaning there. That's it.
What about you, Junpei? Does it look like anything to you?
I guess it looks like...
It kind of looks like a dog.
Maybe a dog. No, see, you got the head here, and then these are the front paws, and then these are the back paws.
I mean, a really fucked up looking dog, but yeah, kind of. Yeah, I have no idea what all of their functions were, Helios, but that's something that they point out in the novels that, like, for example, like going back to Guilliman, his mind and everything, he was designed to basically, he could run the Imperium like from an administrative standpoint in logistics and stuff without the Emperor. Like, he could handle that shit.
See?
I didn't actually see that. I just saw, yeah, okay.
Oh, I see it. I guess you've got a point.
Santa, despite his constant aloofness, was clearly impressed. Junpei glanced over at Lotus. I keep saying Junpei. I don't know why. She looked stunned.
How did you know? You're right.
Because it looked like a dog.
I didn't think you would have been able to guess that.
For a brief moment, Junpei felt a swell of pride.
So... now we know what it's a picture of, but I don't see how that helps us.
Lotus nodded and began to speak.
A TV show from Great Britain did an experiment once. They took two similar pictures. Both of them were difficult to identify, initially. But once you figured out the answer, you couldn't see it as anything else. These two pictures. The first was a woman wearing a hat. The other one, well, to make it easier, let's just say it was this picture of a dog. So, their experiment. First, they sent the picture to other parts of the world outside the reach of British airwaves. To Ireland, the US, Africa, Europe, etc.
Okay.
Then, in each country, they gathered a number of test subjects, roughly 1,000 people. They were shown the two pictures and asked, what does this picture look like to you?
Okay, real quick, just gonna check real quick to see if there have been any updates. Hey, they got an update. Okay, it looks like Inquisitor Martyr Prophecy actually did finally get out. Like an hour after they were scheduled, but it got out. Cool.
The results weren't really interesting on their own. 9.2% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. 3.9% saw the dog in the dog picture. Then, 2 days later, they aired a new program on their show. During the 30-minute show, they broadcast the dog picture and its solution. The audience was estimated to be 200,000 people. After the broadcast,
welcome back, X3105.
It was a safe bet that the number of people who knew the solution to the dog picture was at least that many. After another 2 days passed, they gathered more research subjects from areas outside the reach of British TV and radio. This time, they only found a sample of roughly 850 people. Naturally, none of them had participated in the first test. They were, however, given the same tests and the same 2 pictures.
Aside from the game and us solving puzzles with Lotus and Santa, and hearing about an experiment dealing with pictures and morphogenic fields and telepathy, we've also been talking about Primarchs and like how some of the Primarchs were absolutely shitty commanders. We've pretty much agreed that Angron was the worst. Yeah, pretty much. Angron was like the worst. Well, Mortarion, that's right, I forgot. Mortarion and Angron were absolutely horrible commanders. My own opinion, and I know it's controversial for people with talking about 40k, Dorn was shit.
The results were startling. 10% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. The previous test sat at a 9.2% success rate. Not much of a change statistically.
Bear in mind, I didn't say the Imperial Fists were shit. I said Dorn was shit at leading them. You kind of feel like the Imperial Fists would have been better off with like, Dorn's in charge when we're fortifying shit because he did a badass job fortifying Terra. But once it's time to go to war rather than defend, Dorn stays in the fortress and we put somebody else in charge of leading the army. Kind of the same deal I think the Ultramarines probably think about when it comes to Guilliman. It's like, all right, you stay here and manage the logistics and manage the Empire. Put somebody else in charge of the army to go to war. You just stay back there, handle all the background shit. Let us do the fighting, because you suck at it.
The dog picture, however, produced a very different result. The percentage of people able to successfully find the dog, it went from 3.9% to 6.8%, a very significant increase. So do you understand? Do you realize the significance of this experiment? There was no way the second group could have seen the picture.
I mean, I think that's kind of the case, honestly. I mean, if you look at it, in some of the novels, like, Guilliman did not want to let Khalgar retire. And Guilliman also, when he ran into, God, I can't remember his name right now. When he went to Baal, he basically told the leader of the Blood Angels, hey, I can't have you retiring, dude. You just can't. You know, so yeah, he's like, I need you around. There's no way. Was it Dante? Yeah, it's Dante. Yeah, you're right, Dante. Because throughout the whole book, Dante was talking about how he was tired. He was ready to be done. He was dreaming about finally dying and going to be with his Primarch. Until Guilliman was like, dude, I need you. You can't go yet.
They lived far away from Britain and couldn't have seen it. But even so, it was only the success rate for the dog picture that went up. Why? How did that happen? What does it mean?
Yeah, it was a bit of both, Helios. Especially since it was like kind of dreams and visions when it came to Sanguinius. Yeah, exactly. The visions. And when Dante was talking to Guilliman, Guilliman actually, if I remember correctly, Guilliman didn't even force him. He's just like, I need you. Like, I don't think Guilliman would have forced him if Dante's like, man, no, fuck you. I want to retire. Or whatever. I think, you know, he's just like, I need you, and yeah. Lotus looked back and forth from Junpei to Santa and back again. Normally calm and collected, she looked now as though she were very nearly possessed, and there was something manic about her manner. Santa took an involuntary step backward. Junpei didn't budge and stared straight back into Lotus's eyes.
Wait, does this have something to do with that field, or whatever it was that you were talking about earlier? A field not visible to the eye. So, if more people know the answer, then that information will pass through the field. Huh.
Psych.
Again, she's fucking with us. Her manner suddenly shifted and Lotus smiled broadly at Junpei and Santa. She waved her hand dismissively, doing her best to laugh the whole confrontation off.
I was just kidding. You really shouldn't take me seriously.
Damn you.
Well, I mean, the things I just told you about are true. They really did happen. But the results of that experiment really aren't anything to go by. They could have easily falsified them. In the end, I'm sure they were just in it for the ratings. They are a TV station after all.
At least it seemed that Santa had gained control of his composure.
All right. Man, I gotta admit, you had me there for a minute. I really thought you were serious.
Of course not. Like I told you before, I'm sure it's all just pseudoscience.
Oh, okay, right.
Jesus. Santa and Lotus laughed and gave one another jovial claps on the shoulder. Junpei, however, didn't feel so much like laughing. Something felt wrong, unclear.
All right, enough nonsense. We've got the key. Let's get out of here.
Word.
Lotus and Santa walked away from the picture, but Junpei stayed, staring at the picture of the dog.
Huh. A field not visible to the naked eye. Morphogenetic field.
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. I mean, Santa did say multiple times that just listening to Lotus was giving him a headache, so I'm not surprised if he just kind of zoned out. Yeah, there's nothing else there. All right, let's go to the hallway. I'll go get June. You guys head to the door. All right, roger that. Yes, it's unlocked. Good job, Junpei. Good, now we can get going. Let's go. Come on, Jumpy, let's go. Well, he's not a... Yeah, he's definitely not the best fighter. That's for damn sure about Gilliman. I think he was very close to the bottom of the barrel when it came to actually being, like, an actual fighter. Again, we are talking about, like, the Primarchs. Him being a shitty fighter amongst the Primarchs is still far ahead of the rest. And on top of that, Fulgrim was one of the best, actually, wasn't he? Like, even before his corruption, like his mutation. They even say when he was doing his flashback to, before they even knew that Fulgrim had been mutated, they didn't knew he was mutated. His own like guards were like, hey, do you want to rethink charging in there and challenging Fulgrim? Like, they were straight up just like, yeah, I don't think you could, like, they doubted they could take him. It's like, yeah, I mean. Yeah, I always thought the order of the best fighters from the Imperium. Now, this is just my impression. I don't think I've ever seen a definitive list, but was always like the Lion, Russ, and Fulgrim were like in the top 3. And I know Sanguinius was up there too. All right, let's go. Maybe that's who I was thinking. Maybe it was Sanguinius, not the Lion, who was the best. Didn't they confirm though that actually Sanguinius, if it hadn't been for all of the corrupted chaos shit going through Horus, Sanguinius would have just fucked him up? I thought that was pretty much accepted at that point, that if it wasn't for all the corruption and shit that was empowering Horus, Sanguinius would have slapped his bitch ass around. Well, to be fair, it's also canon that didn't Russ only beat the lion because he sucker punched him? That's why there's a feud between the Dark Angels and the Wolves. They step through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway.
Another hallway.
Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. Yeah, those look like some very wide bars. June at least should be able to squeeze through that. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway.
Come on, open!
Yeah, I think they were angry at each other, but I don't think they hated each other. Like, I think they might both come back and just look at the hatred between the wolves and the Dark Angels and be like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Damn it!
That is probably true. I hadn't thought about like pure physical strength, but you're probably right. Vulcan probably takes that one easily. They took hold and shook, but it refused to move.
Look over here!
Nearby was a pair of elevators.
Elevators. And the buttons? Of course they don't work.
The power must be out here too, just like by the staircase.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any choice.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sure does.
Well then, let's open it.
All right, here I go.
Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. He entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. But yeah, to your comment a little bit back, I was going to say something to it, and then the game distracted me. X3105. I actually do like Guilliman. Like, you know, I'm not putting, like I said, he's not the greatest commander. He's not a good fighter. But I do like his character. And I've said it before, I think in terms of like, honestly, if you're talking about somebody to rebuild the Imperium, if somebody to all that shit, Guilliman was probably the best of the Primarchs to come back at this point in time to try to fix all the problems that the Imperium has. He was probably the one best suited for that. He entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly. No, I'm not saying he's the worst commander, but, you know, in terms of like the rest of the Primarchs, I wouldn't put him in the top half. Because like I said, we're still talking on the level of Primarchs, not like in general. Like a shitty Primarch fighter is still like far and away. Honestly, I think one of the problems that happened was some of the better commanders did decide to, a lot of the better commanders did decide to go chaos. So, yeah.
Oh, so it's a kitchen.
Santa did not look pleased.
What were you expecting?
Oh, I agree. And the worst. I think there was an equal mixture on both sides of good and bad commanders going chaos and staying loyal. Oh yeah, they got the worst. I'm not going to argue that. Angron and Mortarion. Good God. And the loyalists got Dorn.
Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here.
On the loyalists, another bad one I would have to say. Let's see. I feel like, based on just the novels I've read, and bear in mind I haven't read all the Primarch novels or all the Horus Heresy novels, just from what I've gleaned from what I've read, I'd say some of the best would probably be, you know, obviously Horus, but he's dead. Sanguinius and the Lion. I feel like Perturabo and Dorn are about equal in terms of like shitty commanders. Like they're, like I said, they're the ones like we can build fortifications and shit, but when it's time to go to war, oh my God, let's put someone else in charge. I agree. Magnus was good. The one I am very, yeah, Ferrus Manus was decent. I agree on that one. Yeah, now that I think about it. Okay, yeah, you actually got a point. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, Gilliman's probably not all that bad. Because if it came to being led into battle by a Primarch, I would rather go to battle under command of Gilliman than fucking Russ. Russ is just going to try to brute force everything, and it's like, oh, well, I'm going to die. Cool.
You really think it'd be that easy?
Yeah, I know. Still.
As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at last she stood in front of a door.
If we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier.
And I do like Vulcan's personality, and I like the Salamander's personality because of that, Helios.
No good.
Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy.
Anyway, let's take a look.
Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket and spread out in front of him. As he did...
Hey!
What's that?
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you.
I found a map.
I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from him. Bitch, don't you do that.
Let me see that.
She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself.
I knew it. See? Look.
Yes, hold your horses.
Junpei did as he was told.
What did you figure out?
Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well.
This is handy.
See? We came in here. Now if we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate.
I mean, you're probably right, X3105, with that. The map is in better hands now. With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map.
How about that? She's right. We can get out through there.
There we go. Here, you can have it back.
Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei.
Thanks.
He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket.
There's a card reader on the right side of the door.
You need cards, yes.
And that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
That seems the most likely.
All right, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's see. Just based on the fact that there are actually like tactics and strategy behind the formation of their legions and chapters, I'd honestly say I actually give a nice push towards both the White Skull, like Khan, and yeah, what's his name? Korax. So, yeah. Those legions seem to have more finesse than some of the others, or had. All right, let's take a look. However, real quick, while this puzzle is going, I'm gonna try to get Inquisitor Martyr Prophecy downloading and installed. So 1 minute, please. So we can try to stream a bit of that today. So just 1 second. So then, does that mean, Stahor, that because like the modern books about the salamanders talk about they need to find all the artifacts to bring Vulcan back. Does that just mean they're mistaken, or it's just kind of a myth for them that it's never gonna pan out? I'm actually curious about that. I don't know a whole lot about the salamanders other than that they love fire and they do tend to protect people. And that Vulcan was a perpetual. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, just 1 second. I'm making this purchase real quick. Since I couldn't pre-order the game, they didn't even offer it as a pre-order, which is fine. Except my only issue with that with the Emperor is that the Emperor is everything's disposable to the Emperor, even his own damn sons. All right. Inquisitor Martyr Prophecy is now downloading and installing. So we should be able to do a bit of this puzzle and then maybe get some of that in today. Ah, gotcha, Stahor. All right. It's kind of far away. I can't really tell, but is that a ladle? I don't really think a ladle is going to be very useful. Yeah, I wasn't actually intending to try to grab a ladle. I wanted to look at this. A voucher. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. Well, that's definitely a puzzle. So, yeah. 910 AF, I would imagine. Those 9 plates look expensive. They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. Okay, well, excuse me, princess. Oh, Lord. 1, 2, 3, there's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like hats. The middle is super deep for a plate. They're soup plates, dumbass. They're made that way so the soup doesn't spill. If we ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that? I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the hell can you tell that? They look like just any other plate from the 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June. Why the hell are you bringing up June? Why the hell else, dude? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You are not terribly subtle. I agree. There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate. These plates are for serving meat. You really are ignorant, are you? Hey! Come on, it's like not like I need to know this crap. Jeez. I mean, honestly, you really don't. This looks like a serving table. I would imagine food is put here after it's prepared so that the waiters and waitresses can take it out to the customers. But something doesn't seem right here. Why are there so many plates? There's a voucher at the end of the counter. Appetizer 9, 10, A, and F. And the plates on the table are 9 appetizer, 16 M, 10 S. Yeah. Oh, there is the code. So, just gonna write this down real quick. All right, let us continue. Maybe they're using hexadecimal here, and hexadecimal it's a number system that goes, yes. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system of numbers. The base 10 equivalents for hexadecimal numbers would go like this: A10, B11, C12, D13, E14, F15. And 10 equals 16. The 10 becomes 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as just 6 letters added onto the normal number system after 9. I think I get it. Yes. All right. What's this? This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. We still need to find items, props, whatever you want to call them, components. All we've got here is a pot and a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could use some of those as weapons. What kind of an idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Man, it was just a joke. Why so serious? Bottles of seasoning. Maybe this table's preparing food. There are plates everywhere. The sink. It's still got water in it. There are a couple plates in there, but I don't think they're gonna help us much. Oh, sure, I'll take a whetstone. Now I just need a knife. What are you planning to do with that? Are you an idiot? If you do that, we'll never get out of here. Yeah, don't smash the card reader. Oh yeah, I guess that would be bad, huh? The whetstone's only gonna be useful if we need to sharpen something. Oh, let me find a knife. Nothing there. Well, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose. Hey, Santa, digging through the trash really suits you. What the hell did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just piss and moan, so I did it for you. Oh my, I don't recall asking you to do anything. I ought to throttle you. Squeeze me? Jesus. Does it feel colder in here? She doesn't get along with most of the people on this little adventure. Oh, a countertop. There's a rolling pin and colander here. Nothing useful. Okay, we already turned. Let's go this way. Wow, this pot looks like it's made out of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. Spending a day off with June drinking tea. Oh, good lord. Yeah, I am wondering if this playthrough, Stahor, is going to give us more information. Like, I'm wondering if June and Junpei are linked to the... I mean, we'll find out. This is the final story arc. I'm wondering if this one will reveal something like, you know, we were involved with the previous game. You know what I mean? Like, maybe Junpei was involved in the previous game, but he just blocked it out, like his memory or something. I don't know. Because we still don't know what happened when, like, why these two lost touch as well. Could be something like that. His family moved away after he was kidnapped and he was recovered. Something. Not entirely sure. We'll see, though. Could such a day ever happen for me? Why? Man, he is more obsessed with June in this playthrough, though. Jumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. There's something under... Give me the fucking thing underneath it. It's a lot of notes. They've got a bunch of stuff written on them, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that. All right, let's try the door. Aha. Not that I know what's in here, but cheese. Hey, there's something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? All right, guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. There's a little green bottle back there. What's up, X3105? Let me check. Very nice. I like that one. Bottle of oil. Do we need to grease something up? We gonna lubricate something? You could probably use this to make something slippery. Yes, we are gonna lubricate something. This is Gouda cheese, the most famous Dutch cheese, and I'm a big fan. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad. So you can store it at room temperature for quite a while. Did not know that. So we can eat this? Most likely. I'm not hungry at all. I guess it's hard to get hungry in a situation like this. I like me some Gouda. I also like Havarti. Havarti's probably my favorite. There's milk in here. Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old. Maybe we shouldn't open it. I don't think it'd be a pretty sight. What we got over here? Ooh, we got me a knife.
A rusty knife? I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
Thankfully, we have ways to fix that. Junpei, the knife seemed important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be of much use the way it was.
It's futile.
Futile?
You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh.
Yes, Miss Dictionary.
Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason really. I was just thinking about futility.
Huh?
She wasn't making much sense. Junpei tried rephrasing his question.
Why were you thinking about futility?
At last she answered.
Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
The Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted?
Oh, Lord, June, you already told me that you thought the damn Titanic was sunk by the curse of the bloody mummy. Now we're gonna go to this? If I say yes, I have, will you not just fucking tell me?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. There was a novel that had a bunch of stuff in it that described the sinking of the Titanic before it actually sank.
Yeah, that's the one. The title of the novel is Futility. It was written 14 years before the Titanic sank, but...
I know. I mean, I didn't know the name of the book, but the story was the same, right? It was just like what happened on the Titanic?
Yeah.
Well, I heard it was all a hoax.
A hoax?
I heard that the stuff that matched up to the Titanic so well was actually added after it sank. Apparently, the only thing that was the same originally was that a boat ran into an iceberg and sank.
But the novel was published in 1898, 14 years before the accident.
Like I said, that was the first print of the book. 14 years later, the author heard about what happened to the Titanic. He figured that was his chance, you know? He just went back and changed some stuff in his novel, so that it matched the Titanic exactly.
Surprised by Junpei's response, June seemed rather taken aback.
Really?
Yeah?
Really? There's no such thing as premonitions or any of that stuff.
For a moment, June looked very unhappy, more so than Junpei thought was normal for such a discussion. But it lasted only a moment. With no apparent reason, she suddenly looked up at him alarmed.
But that wasn't the only book that predicted the Titanic sinking.
Let it go, lady.
It wasn't?
Yep. There were 2 other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote 2 stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster.
Was it just a boat hitting an iceberg?
In one, 2 ships collided. Many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
Okay. That doesn't really seem striking similarities, but okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but...
I mean, I highly doubt having a lack of, having a lack of lifeboats just seems like something a company would do just from either poor planning or just to save some cash, which is pretty common. And 2 ships colliding isn't unheard of, and ships hitting icebergs was probably a real concern considering what part of the ocean you went through. So, hey. But yes, I noticed that too, Starhorse. She does know a lot about the damn Titanic.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Thank you, Junpei.
I knew you'd say that.
Hmm?
But what if Stead had some sort of special powers?
Oh my god.
To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
Oh lord.
What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Uh-huh, that's it.
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull. Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
Oh. What are you smoking?
Thank you, Junpei.
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes 20 years before it happened.
He decided it was probably best to say nothing. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. Junpei smiled uncomfortably.
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But...
We don't have time for this, lady. Ship's sinking. Her voice trailed off and she glanced at the floor, troubled.
Come on, let's get back to it.
Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. Look who's got the knife now. Also, maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. The blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this. Kind of concerned about that line right down the middle, but okay. Wow, it's so shiny. Did you sharpen it, Jumpy? Yep. Now we can use it to cut something soft. Oh, I'm sure you guys do. And they are entertaining. Let me go and take a look. Oh, good lord. Entertaining is what they are. Okay. There's so much stuff in here, a whole lot of cans. It's probably a pantry. You don't fucking say, June. I want to get over there. Oh, okay. I thought I had to go around. There's a bolt keeping us from opening it. It's a bolt, and it's really rusty. Will this even open? We won't know till we try. Let's give it a shot. All right, let's see if you're gonna come out. Damn, no dice. Because it's rusted. Rusted bolt. This door won't open until we can do something about the bolt. Maybe if we had some kind of lubricant like my oil, I know. It won't budge. Of course, maybe if I put some oil on it. Hey, just a little bit of oil and come on. Come on, you little son of a bitch. Yes, got you little bastard. You did it, Jumpy. You're so smart. No, he's really not. Well, let's see how Inquisitor Martyr's coming. Almost fully downloaded. Open up. As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight across his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat.
Oh, it's cold in here.
It's a freezer.
What is this place?
It's a fucking freezer, dumbass.
Are you blind? It's a freezer.
Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising. The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. They do Stahor, but let's be honest. Our dude is being a dumbass, walked in. What is this room that has meat on the shelves and we're freezing? It's like, dude, what the fuck do you think it is? Creepy, creepy. Super creepy.
Oh, no way. That's way too cold for me. I'll freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you.
And with that, she ran out of the room. As Lotus left, June came in.
Oh, whoa. It's really cold in here.
It's the fucking freezer, guys. White puffs of steam hovered in front of their faces as they talked. Yeah, that too, Stahor, yeah. Open the door. Yay, you did it! It's like,
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine. My fever's gone now.
But
Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth.
Huh?
When the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison, they spun around to find that the door they'd only recently come through was closed. Junpei rushed to the door.
No! Why did it suddenly close?
Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob.
Ah!
It was cold, beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful.
The knob's frozen.
But why?
Well, let's take a look. I mean, that sounds about right.
It looks like the pipe next to it broke, and
Conveniently broke. Water released by the rupture hit the door and frozen instantly. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door.
Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door!
Man, what's she going to do? She wasted no time in responding.
What do you want? What's going on?
The door won't open! Try opening it from that side, please!
Oh, fine. Like, if you say so. Hold on.
Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Interesting noises. Then the grunting ceased and they could hear light panting as if from exertion.
It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
I mean, fair. Okay.
Oh.
God damn it.
Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies.
Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay?
Sure.
Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. All right. So, I do think I'm going to end this particular game right here. I'm going to go ahead and save it real quick. And then we are going to take a quick break while I go ahead and get prophecy set up. So we're just going to do basically 5 minutes.